Hey Capricorns, it's Sunny, and you won a weekly insight for I think the 6th week in a row. I think you Capricorns are awesome. I honestly don't have to tell you that you are because you already know. Thank you guys for honestly getting the most viewed and liked video. So yeah, but like I said, previous video, I have to be fair and give 2 zodiac signs, 2 videos. So I'm going to give you guys a weekly insight because like I said, you gain the most viewed. So yeah, I'm not going to lie to you, I do feel like towards the end of this week, maybe around like Thursday or Friday-ish, when I was shuffling through my cards, it was like really hard to shuffle through my cards. So like I said, for Thursday or Friday-ish, some maybe confusion or difficulties going on. So honestly, just be careful about that. All right, so you guys know how I do my weekly insights. My cards are all flipped. I don't see them until I flip them over myself. So let's get into the reading. But beginning of the week for us. Okay, so Knight of Pentacles. This is a representation of earth signs. Obviously you're an earth sign, you're Capricorn. I do feel like this is going to be a really good time for us to take things slow. I do feel like someone is going to offer us something, and this may be help with money or help with foundation upon something. I am picking up that some of you, you may meet a fellow earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, and they may offer you maybe like love. I feel like you may have a connection with a Virgo. You may. I am seeing that you need to take things slow. Trust your intuition. Honestly, take things slow. I am seeing some delays. I do feel like someone may be a little aggressive, so honestly be careful about that. But honestly, if you are not tied into another earth sign, I do feel like this is going to be a really good time for you to focus on yourself and the things that you really want to blossom. I am picking up that some of you, like, you may find some love towards the beginning of this week. So that's really cool. But I honestly feel like someone is going to help us. Like I said, they're going to offer us something, and this may be your knight in shining armor. This may not be romantic related. This may be just someone who's like willing to help you out. Maybe if you have a bill, like maybe they're willing to work with you, or you know, whatever the case may be. I do feel like there's going to be some sort of help. I am sensing with this is like a side card. I'm sorry I didn't show this in the beginning, but with the 6 of Swords, this lets me know, like, take this time to heal yourself and to move away from certain things and or people that doesn't really have your best interest no more. All right, but midweek for you guys. Okay, a lot of people so far. So this may be a social week for us. Alrighty, so with these 2 cards, ooh, be mindful of you going back, because you see how these are like moving in the past direction. This is like really hard doing this on camera, sorry, but they're moving back in like the past direction. So be mindful of you going back to your past midweek. All right. Okay, I'm picking up that this can go both ways. I am. Okay, so negative side, be mindful of you going back to your past. Be mindful of you rushing things. Be mindful of your temper. Be mindful of your attitude towards things. Be mindful of you jumping into conclusions. Be careful of your harsh words. Please be careful of your harsh words. I am sensing that if you are okay, so a lot of nights, when I think about knights, I think of someone who has the knowledge to do what it is that they need to do, yet they have so much more to learn, very similar to a page, but it's kind of like a step up. All right, I am seeing some delays for you midweek. Some delays, but you have potential to turn things around on the positive note. I do see that a lot of you, like, you are going to move forward, and you may save the day for yourself or for other people. All right, only if you think logically and you think long term. All right, I am picking up that a lot of you, like, you just want to, some of you, like, you just want to have fun. Some of you, you just want shit quick. Don't do that. Do not do that. All right. But if you are tied into a fire sign person. Fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. You may feel as if this fire sign person is just, they have a lot on their plate. And you may feel like this person just really don't want you no more. I do see that some of you, like, you may decide to cut off a fire sign person. A lot of trust issues and a lot of baggage with this fire sign person. If you are tied into an air sign person, I do see that it's just a lot going on between you and this air sign person. You may like this air sign person, but I do feel like that there may be someone else on their end or on your end. Don't be too much into your head with this air sign person. To be honest, like, I do feel like it has potential to grow, but honestly, I do feel like it's just a lot of people. There's too many people having either a say-so or influencing this potential friendship or relationship that may happen between you and this air sign person. With this fire sign person, I just feel like, honestly, they're just doing their own thing, to be quite frank with your ass. Like, they are just really doing their own thing. But transformation from beginning of the week to midweek. Be careful of you backtracking. Be careful of past lovers. Be careful of you being naive. Be careful of you being gullible. Alright, so yes, this is really tying into beginning of the week, and you may experience this like last weekend. Alright, yes, okay, yeah, so you may have dealt with an earth sign person maybe last weekend, and you may find that this earth sign person is kind of backing away from you. You may discover that they were a player, or they just, whatever they had to offer you was just really not in your best interest. All right, but I do feel like, honestly, there will be someone who's willing to help you and honestly work out and work with you. All right, maybe work out with you, so that's really, really cool. But for the Six of Cups, like I said, be mindful of you being gullible, you being naive. Take this time to honestly cleanse your home. Please, please, please cleanse your home. I am picking up that a lot of you, like, you are going to reminisce on the past, and you're going to think about the memories of certain things. Be careful about that. I am picking up emphasizing on children. Be patient with your children. I do feel like your children may have some temper tantrums this week, and that may like be too much for you. It honestly may. But I do feel like your children, like, they're going to help you. Somehow, some way, your children are going to help you. So pay attention to your kids. Yeah, pay attention to your babies. They will give you that certain balance that you need. Yeah, I am picking up that a lot of you, like, just honestly be outside with your kids. Do some hands-on activities with your kids. So that's really, really cool. Really, really cool. End of the week for you guys. Okay, so a lot of you, you're being productive. At least you're trying to. You have a lot on your plate. Alright, so if you've been having fun, and if you've been lollygagging and blue goosing towards beginning of this week and midweek, your work is just going to pile up, and you're going to be like, oh my god, what to do, I don't know. All you can really do is to try and play catch up, honestly. I am picking up that if you do decide to move forward and you decide to honestly save yourself from maybe sucky people, or you're trying to do the right thing, you are on the right track. It will be stressful, but you are on the right track. All right, I am picking up that, honestly, don't put so much on yourself to the point where you become overwhelmed by things. I do feel like a lot of you, like, you're just going to feel really, really overwhelmed by a lot. All right, I am picking up that towards the end of this week, a lot of you, like, you are just going to gather your resources, and you're just going to try your best to do whatever it is that you need to do. I feel like if you do decide to go back to your past, or if you decide to go back to your past, you are just going to gather yourself up the best way that you can. You may, like, gather up your dignity. You may gather up your pride. Like, I just feel like just a lot of wounded energy towards end of the week if you do decide to go back to your past. All right, the transformation from midweek to end of the week. Yeah. So this is tying into the confusion that I felt. Take this time to honestly worry about you, Capricorns. This is a Capricorn card, earth sign. And I talked about like pregnancies, like be mindful of your womb. Be mindful of you treating yourself good, all right? But I do feel like some of you, like, you may overindulge. You may just honestly want to just do everything else but take care of yourself. Nurture yourself. Treat yourself good. Please do that. Worry about you, Capricorns, please. A lot of my Capricorns, you may discover that you are pregnant. You may. And it may be really stressful for you. I am seeing that, okay, so Knight of Pentacles, and then it went to the Queen of Pentacles. Money may increase for some of you. For some, all right? But it will be tight. I am picking up that if you learn to budget your money, and if you try to have less fun this week, then money will get a little bit better for you. All right. This has potential to be really, really good, but I just see it being really, really weird. So let's go with the beginning of the week. Beginning of the week, I do feel like someone is going to make an offer to you. This may be an offer with money, or an offer with helping out your foundation, into building your foundation. I am picking up that if you are tied into an earth sign person, earth signs are Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, this person may have offered you something, but this really wasn't the offer that you thought it would be. So honestly, be careful about that. I do sense that a lot of you, like, you may discover that the past is going back into your life. This may be past lovers, past habits. Be careful about that. I do feel like it's going to be a really good time for you to pay attention to your babies, and to understand that blessings are heading your way if you make the right decisions and you do the right things. I am picking up that honestly is a really good time for you to sage your home, and to honestly, you are going to gain some sort of offer beginning of the week. You really, really are. So that's really, really cool. But midweek, just honestly, with the offer, just make sure it's legit for you. Make sure that people are being honest with you, all right? But midweek, I am picking up that some of you, like, you may decide to go back to past people and past habits. You are doing a lot of backtracking. I am picking up that there's going to be some sort of heated argument, tantrums coming to play. This may be with your children or with you. I am picking up on a lot of heated words, you jumping into conclusions. Be careful about that. On a brighter note, I am picking up that a lot of you, like, you are moving forward. You're trying your best to think about your future goals. I am picking up that you're trying to save yourself from sucky people. So that's really, really cool. A lot of speeding, and it's funny because horses talk about stamina, willpower. You have a lot of willpower, and you need to gain self-control, Capricorns, all right? But around Thursday, Friday-ish, I am picking up that a lot of you, like, you may discover that you're pregnant, or you may discover that something is going on in your body. I am picking up that some of you, like, you may decide to take a closer look within your foundation and or your finances. If you have issues with your money, talk to someone about it. I am picking up that some of you, you may overindulge in weird stuff. You may overeat, you may overspend. You may just want to nurture sucky people. Honestly, pay attention to yourself. I am picking up on some disappointments. Like, if you had sex with someone, you may discover that honestly it was a waste of time and a waste of your body. So honestly, be careful about that. I am seeing towards the end of the week, you are trying to make ends meet. You're trying to, you know, push through things that you've been kind of neglecting, especially like if you've been procrastinating. I am picking up that you are going to have a lot on your plate this weekend. It's going to be really, really busy for a lot of you. Some of you, you may feel as if your dignity has been taken away from you, your pride, and you're trying to gather yourself up to feel good about yourself. I am picking up that some of you, like, you feel as if you're getting nowhere towards the end of the week. Be careful about that. Honestly, see the bigger picture. Don't pay attention to the details, because I feel like if you are paying attention to the details, then it is going to feel like you aren't really moving. But if you think about it, you kind of are. But if you've been lazy, then honestly you ain't gonna see any improvement. So be careful of you being lazy. However, for some of you, I am picking up that you are on the right track. Just honestly take things one step at a time and just really do things that will benefit you in the long run. All right, but for the challenge this week, I did pull out 2 cards because my angels told me to pull out an extra card. Okay, so challenge: walking away from sucky people. Maybe you are, this is tying into be careful of you going back to past people. Maybe you are going back to past people who betrayed you, or maybe you are going back to past habits. Maybe you're meeting new people with the same traits as sucky people. Honestly, be careful about that. You will have a tough time walking away. Maybe you will have a tough time with being the bigger person of situations. All right, you aren't accepting closure. All right, so honestly, maybe people did play you this week. Maybe people weren't honest with you, and maybe you are still holding on to these people. Be careful about that. Please be careful about that. For this, don't be closed-minded to certain things. Be open-minded. All right, I do feel like there's some sort of offer or some sort of beginning that is going to happen to you, but the way that this new beginning looks, you may not want it. All right, do not judge a book by its cover. I need to take my own advice on that, but honestly, do not judge a book by its cover. Okay, I am seeing that a lot of trust your intuition. You may ignore the fuck out of your intuition. Please don't, Capricorns. Please don't ignore your intuition. Okay, please don't. Because if you do, you are going to discover a lot of betrayals and a lot of heartache and just secrets coming to the light. And I talked about secrets. I did. So, but the success of you guys for this week. Okay, so that is funny. The Tower card, you usually think, oh my God, unexpected changes. I feel like no matter what the universe throws at you, you are going to try your best to handle it the best way that you can. You are going to do what it is that you need to do. I feel like, honestly, this is a warning for you to be mindful of your temper and for you to escape the building before it blows up on you. All right, so trust your intuition. If your intuition is telling you this person isn't right for you, this person just wants to fuck you, this job isn't good for you, don't trust these people, get the fuck out of there as soon as you can. I do feel like if you guys I feel like some of you, like, you may not ignore your intuition, and if you feel like danger is on board, you're like, nah, let me leave and exit. All right, so that's really, really interesting how the Tower card is for the success for you guys. Really, really interesting. Oh, and this is also tying into with the Knight of Swords, because sometimes the Knight of Swords is a representation of you saving yourself and you escaping from danger. So escape from danger, that may be your success for this week. So that's really cool. So try to have a good week this week, my Capricorns, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.